Fly ball onto the track, at the wall, it's gone! Home run!
Turns on a ball, deep right field, and gone!
What a game, what a moment. What is up, my friends? Welcome into the second Tuesday episode of the day, which is This Week in Shohei Ohtani News. We got a lot to talk about today. I am joined by Alex Curry. Alex, big week of baseball. Had a great weekend series this past weekend.
Yeah, we did.
Now we're getting some good series I.
What?
It's the plural of
No.
series. We're getting some good Series to start the week.
Series.
And also,
Yeah.
Justin and Max Scherzer tomorrow.
Ooh.
Big matchup.
How's your brother feeling after that last start?
Fine.
Yeah? Did you talk to him?
Ups and downs.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't talk. We talk life.
I know. You FaceTime daily, if anyone's wondering, because when it happens here, we're all a part of the conversation, which I love. It's cute.
Yeah, the conversations have been about our fantasy football teams and how we're going to go about that.
Okay.
So, yeah, Justin taught me one thing very early on.
Yeah.
And obviously being 9 years older. And this is the easiest thing in the world to say, but it's not actually easy to do, which is don't get too high on the high and don't get too low on the low. So literally since I can remember, obviously pitchers have not great starts. It's really never bothered. He doesn't let it bother him. And it really is impressive.
Yeah, you have to have a short memory, especially playing baseball. It's every single day. Just put it behind you. New day, new game.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I remember he used to talk about Nolan Ryan, obviously one of the greatest to ever do it. And basically, if Nolan had a few good starts in a row, he'd be like, well, I'm due for one now.
The big one's coming.
And Justin's been one of the best pitchers in baseball for like 2 months now, and not a great start against the Yankees. Things happen. So I'm really excited for the Justin versus Max matchup.
That's going to be epic.
Yep. We got a lot to talk about, though, today, Alex. And it is time for my favorite segment of all time. This week in Shohei Ohtani news, we're going to talk about him being scratched from the lineup on Monday.
Yeah.
The decision to what his agent, Nez Bilello, said about him having a procedure, what that means for him in 2024, especially offensively, and some more history. Despite having a torn UCL, some more history in the books for Shohei Ohtani. So, Alex, let's start with Monday getting scratched from the lineup after taking BP and ends up with some oblique tightness, and it didn't look great.
No, you could see it, and I think we have the video, but you could physically see while he's taking BP during one of the swings, he just winces in pain. After that, drops almost to the floor, and that was it. Just kind of walks out of BP, and as he does, he's cool and calm and collected as he can be, but that's not good. No, not good. It's one of those, it's BP. It wasn't a great pitch. He wanted to take it, but just swing, just fully swing and miss if you have to. I would not suggest, obviously hindsight here, 2020, starting your swing and then trying to check swing with full force and batting practice. But look, he's hit it. He didn't want to, whatever. It's nobody's fault here. It just is unfortunate, ends up out of the lineup. Hopefully he's okay and back in the lineup soon. But one thing I did find interesting from BP, one of the Orioles broadcasters, Jim Palmer, who's a Hall of Famer, one of the best pitchers to do it, said afterwards that during BP, Shohei Ohtani put on the greatest display of power that he has ever seen. During
BP, which is, he said, I was in awe. And I've said this, and many people that I've talked to have said this, and he doesn't take BP very often, especially in season. But in the World Baseball Classic, he was doing it every day to do it for the fans.
Yeah.
And it's truly the most impressive thing that I have ever seen. If you ever have the possibility to watch Shohei take BP, it's a must. I mean, it's by far the most impressive thing I've ever seen power-wise. And now you have Hall of Famers that have been around the game for, he said, in over 60 years, I've never seen something like that during batting practice. So obviously it was cut short, and he did not play because of the oblique thing, but it's still so impressive.
Obliques can be tricky. And this is where obviously we are not doctors and we don't want to speculate what actually happened. And we don't know. He's kind of in a day-to-day situation. But when something in your body isn't 100%, you kind of overcompensate unintentionally. Your body kind of overcompensates. And I just really hope that this wasn't something like that. Like you're trying not to do something you would have normally done with your arms because of your elbow, because of the slight tear in his UCL, and it happens to be the oblique. We don't know. We don't know what's happening yet. It's just
there's a lot happening.
Signs. We need those signs that all the fans have had that said, Shohei, please don't break anything else. Like just don't get hurt. Like,
I haven't seen those signs.
Oh,
in the stands?
Yeah, fans.
We definitely need one of those.
I know.
Look, it's just there's a lot going on.
He's not 100%.
The UCL, the oblique, there's just a lot going on, and I hope he doesn't hurt anything else. But also, Alex, over the last few days, his agent Nez Bilello did come out and speak about really everything going on, but specifically the UCL tear. And one thing that he really wanted to get across, which is something that I said about a week ago when I gave that update, that Shohei really is fine and he's in really good spirits. And he said that a bunch. That is something he really wanted to get through, that Shohei really is good and happy and he's in really good spirits. And he did go on to say that Shohei is going to have a procedure. Yeah. Didn't say what the procedure would be, but he did say he's going to have to get a procedure, and also reiterated what I said recently, that it is a different injury, different part of the UCL. And from what he said, it's, without getting too deep, and again, Alex said it, neither of us are doctors. Yes. I'm just listening. Yes. We do both have ears, so we can reiterate what we hear. He said it is completely different from the original UCL tear, and this one is on the lowest extremity, which they were told is best case scenario for the situation that they're in, and they feel very optimistic about that. But he did say a procedure would most likely be necessary, just didn't state what that would be yet.
I like that we're focusing on the mental side of things, but we need to remember he is physically not okay. He's going to need to get surgery. Why wouldn't you get surgery as soon as possible so you can be back healthy next season as soon as possible? Because the longer you push back this procedure, whatever it may be, you're just pushing back your recovery time and when you can actually come back and play again.
I think he wants 50 homers.
Oh. Okay.
I think he wants 50 homers.
Is that... That's tough. It's tough. It's like, what?
Yeah, look.
It's your health. Other things can start to kind of break down, as I said before, when your body isn't 100%. You overcompensate in other ways, and little freak injuries can happen. Again, I'm hoping that's not what this oblique thing was. Just was an awkward swing, stopping, trying to check his swing. We don't know. It's...
Look, obviously, with anything in life, when you get a procedure, there's a time frame that you need to get better. And obviously, if you get a procedure earlier, you're going to be better earlier. Yeah. But we all know Shohei lives to play the game of baseball, and he's on the cusp. He's already making history. He does every time out, but he's on the cusp of hitting 50 homers. He's going to win the MVP award. I think he really wants that.
He's at 44.
Yeah, so we have a month left. I think that's what he wants to get to, and
then maybe he'll stop.
But to your point, okay, he's going to need a procedure. Yeah, most likely. But then his agent also said that the plan is to hit in 2024. Not like at some point in 2024. The plan is to DH the season.
But there's going to be recovery time. And you just hope.
But we don't know the procedure.
We don't know the procedure. We don't know what the timetable is going to be pending the procedure and that recovery rehab. You're most likely going to be with a new organization for the first time since being here in the big leagues. There's so many question marks.
Yeah. One is not that what is he going to pitch again? He does want to continue to pitch in the future. So look, to me, I don't know. I don't know if it's I do not know. I don't know if it's going to be Tommy John. If we're hearing publicly, right, that this is best case scenario for the situation we're in, that they feel very optimistic, that all is well, and that he's planning to DH all season, to me, I don't know. Tommy John, we saw Bryce Harper get Tommy John after the World Series last year, right? Which is November. Okay, let's talk through this, right?
Yeah.
Bryce Harper played in the World Series.
Yes.
Okay. So that's a whole extra month.
Yeah.
And how much of the season did Bryce Harper miss? About a month, a little more.
May, right? He got back in May?
Right. So if Shohei gets that, if he does end up getting Tommy John, which I don't know, we haven't heard, but that's a month earlier than Bryce Harper was able to get it. And then if he comes back at the same time frame, around the same time frame, we're talking towards the right around the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and I'm looking because I remember Brock Purdy, the 49ers quarterback, had a similar UCL tear but didn't get Tommy John surgery. So maybe it's like in that kind of a realm of.
You could have asked me a million names that I would not have expected to be on This Week in Shohei Ohtani News, and Brock Purdy might have been towards the bottom of the list.
He just had a
you're
UCL tear quarterback, and it wasn't Tommy John that we thought it was going to be Tommy John, and then he got something different. I'm just trying to think of like another athlete who has had a similar elbow where that's like a main. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I want answers.
We all want answers.
Want answers.
We all
just
want answers.
And also, like, don't hurt anything else, Shohei. Please don't.
He's happy. He feels good. He's still playing besides the oblique thing. Yeah. So we should all, just feel optimistic and enjoy it.
This is what he's chosen.
Right. This is
what he's decided to do.
I think it's fair for everybody to be worried, but this is what he's wanting to do.
Yep.
And if he's feeling optimistic and they feel really optimistic about the situation and that this injury is different and certainly a better outlook, then, we'll see.
He's still making history. He's swinging the bat. Time will tell when he will be back swinging the bat.
Yeah.
After the oblique situation.
Yeah. Again, we don't know. Not doctors. Time will tell. But he is still out there, still making history. Stole a base the other night. His 20th stolen base of the season, putting him in more elite territory, as if that surprises anybody. Became the 8th player with multiple 40 home run, 20 stolen base seasons in the history of Major League Baseball. In history. The combination of speed, power, this year batting average, while being a Cy Young caliber pitcher for most all of this season until the last few weeks, just remarkable. I feel like when we start talking Shohei statistics and like this in history, I don't, it's almost like we're becoming numb to not, I think, look at me.
We definitely are. Hello, we have a whole show about it.
But like as a whole, like let's really think about the fact that of all the players in Major League Baseball history, he is the 8th to ever do what he just did, which is 40 home runs and 20 stolen bases in multiple seasons.
It's crazy. And I think the thing we also forget, because we focus so much on Shohei as a two-way player, as the hitter, the power hitter, the home runs, the pitching, he is so fast. He is one of the fastest guys out there. And so this speed coming with the stolen bases, it's not something we focus on. I think it just kind of, it's like, oh yeah, no, he's great at everything, but oh yeah, he's also like one of the fastest guys out there.
I forget who I was talking to. I don't know if it was a guest last year or a guest the year prior, but we were talking. Actually, I think it might have been Joe Musgrove. I'm not sure if that was last year or 2 years ago, but Joe Musgrove was saying there was a play the pitcher had to cover first, and Shohei was running down the line, and he said he couldn't hear him, and then all of a sudden he's just he literally said it's like a silent freight train running by you.
Yeah, 'cause he's big.
He's huge. Yeah. He is one of the fastest players in the game of baseball. Obviously the stolen bases show that, but he has one of the best home to third times on triples of anybody in baseball. The speed is,
he's one of one.
He truly
great.
is.
And I am now wrapping my head around. I think I needed this talk through on this show.
What did we figure out?
I'm accepting that he is choosing to play for the rest of the season, and this is his choice. He is an adult. He is one of the best in the games, even if he is injured, and some people believe he probably shouldn't be playing the rest of the season. Shohei, we are supporting you, and I am going to just enjoy the show for the rest of the month.
Alex has been struggling with this for a month, and I feel like we just reached a pivotal turning point, guys.
It is what it is. Just don't hurt anything else, and we will enjoy the show.
Look, he's happy. I'm happy. We're all happy.
I'm just getting to that point. I'm
Great.
here now.
Great.
We're just going to enjoy it.
Well, guys, this week in Shohei Ohtani news was more valuable than you could ever know. We worked through a lot today. I hope we all worked through some stuff together. But that does it for this week in Shohei Ohtani news. And that does it for this bonus Ohtani news episode. This is the second of the day. There was a good first episode of the day earlier. So if you want, go back and listen to that one. So until tomorrow, we got a good one coming at you tomorrow. Seattle Mariners, Julio Rodriguez. We finally got it done. It's coming. It's happening. So make sure you check that one out tomorrow. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you're subscribed wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple or Spotify. We're also on all social media, including YouTube, where you can watch every single thing we do at Flippin Bats Pod for all of them. But until tomorrow, my friends, that does it for this week in Shohei Ohtani news. Peace.